as the fans are more than ready for this one. Northwestern has the kickoff team on the field as we are about ready to start. On the move from inside is 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Purdue's offense will have first crack at this one. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
Well, it wasn't great field position to start with, and it's getting worse now. The defense gets a sack. They're getting aggressive up the field. They get to the QB, and they're sending a message.
The Boilermakers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Makes the grab. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
Didn't take long to need a clutch play on the opening drive. It's 3rd and 7. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll pull it down and run. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
Running to Green. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one.
Hey, listen, explosive plays comes in all different shapes and sizes. That time they attacked the outside to the left on the ground, and that is a momentum-shifting play.
They know they have a huge advantage there. I expect them to go right back to it.
And what do you do now if you're on defense? You got to be expecting that they're going to try and tack that side of the field, maybe in the same way, maybe on this next play right here.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
Second down coming up. Off the play fake. Pressure coming. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And it's hard to imagine starting a game any better than this defense has. 2 sacks on the opening drive of the game. Something that they pride themselves on. If they get you in these types of situations, they can pin their ears back and get after you. They've got multiple guys that can be a factor when it comes to rushing the quarterback. You're seeing that very early here in this game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. There's the pressure. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. The free safety timed his rush perfectly on the blitz, and they come up with the sack.
Yeah, and the free safety usually stays deep and plays coverage, plays in the middle of the field, but they spin him down, bring him in a blitz. You could tell, caught the offense off guard, and he gets the quarterback and gets the sack.
The Boilermakers will punt this one away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. So Northwestern's offense will go to work for the first time. And David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be that, sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that consistently, Jesse.
They need him to show up when it matters the most, and there's going to be times in this game like we've seen throughout his career when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter, and that's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
The play-action fake. Quickly out to the tight end. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play-action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run, and then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
Back to throw, it's Stone. Finds his tight end. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone, make them execute, and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
Back to pass. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And I thought it was a good job by the quarterback, really seeing the drag route start to come across the field, and he puts the ball pretty much on the money. And you got to make that play. You got to make those catches to get this offense in a rhythm, to stay ahead of schedule. Those are ones he doesn't drop very often.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's got it. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Finds his big tight end. Corralled and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business.
And that is another first down for the offense.
Northwestern comes to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the red zone, looking for a space. And the pass falls incomplete, and we are through one quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the second quarter. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Now the play fake. Working that left side now. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Northwestern! Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They marched 72 yards, and he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. He'll do it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Really nice job by the defense shutting down all the options. Don't let him get into his reading phase. Go get him right now, play sound, and more importantly, tackle him and get him on the ground.
This offense really needs to get something going. Punt on the opening drive, and now a 3rd and 10 coming up. He's looking to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's McCoby. Shakes off the defender. He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he's stopped.
Great job by the running back here on that 3rd down catch. There was no wasted movement. As soon as he got the ball in his hands, he turned around and he got upfield. That's what you got to do. You got to be decisive on these 3rd down type plays to move the sticks.
Now on first down from the 28. Used the play fake, now to throw. Got him downfield. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding I get the ball to my slot guy, he can make plays after it. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch it, man, just he catches the football and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man, he's got some wheels.
They'll run play action. He lofts one down the sideline. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Really nice job by the defense that time, getting a stop. They've been really good so far in this one, shutting this guy down, not letting him break out. You've got the lead. It's tight, though. And you know the opponent is going to keep trying to run it. So can you keep this up here in the 2nd half on defense? That's the question.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this guy's been beat like a drum. He's been hit, sacked a bunch of times already, and another hit right here. I'm literally looking at my offensive line and be like, dude, I need some more time. You got to protect me better than this. Give me a chance to complete some passes.
The kick is on its way. And that is how a punter helps out his defense, pinning them deep in their own territory. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll move the tight end. Wants to throw. It's Stone. Fires to the wideout. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
Well, that's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep, not able to connect there.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Sets up the screen. They'll give him a couple that leaves him with 3rd and 8.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Unloads it left. It's caught downfield. steps out of bounds across the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, and a good pickup for this offense here.
And that's a first down.
Northwestern ready to dial one up on first down. Gonna look downfield again. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. That was just a perfectly choreographed screen. The line got out on time. The running back had a wall in front of it.
And I think the quarterback did a really good job of selling pass and then kind of dodging the pass rush, getting it to the running back, and then let him do the rest. You got him in space, he'll pick up yards in a hurry.
Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, we knew coming into this one the tight end was a big part of this offense, and you've seen it early in this game. They've moved him around. They've thrown it to him in a lot of different ways. Defense is going to have to make some adjustments trying to stop this guy.
Back to pass, it's Stone. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
And the Wildcats, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Ooh, quarterback lucky that one wasn't picked. You got to be really careful down here in the red zone because these windows are small and defenders close on the ball. That one should have been an INT.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Makes the grab down the middle. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. They'll throw on third and short. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Man, that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas, try to make this a two-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
Ready to try the point after.
On for the extra point.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Makes the catch. It's Ross. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Boilermakers in a good spot here with second and short. Looking to fire. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Moore. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout called.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Caught near the sticks. It's McCoby. Makes the stop at the 49. Give him 5 yards on the play and a first down.
Gain of 5. And a first down for the offense.
We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great environment there today in Evanston. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Ryan Field.
Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up.
The Boilermakers will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And he's coming out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
He stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Motion from the back. Looking to throw it Stone. Right down the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
One of the things I love about the passing game we've seen on offense so far here is just how good the decisions have been by the quarterback. He's not being too greedy. When the shot plays have been there, he's taken them, and they've scored points because of that, but he just takes what the defense gives him, and you're just whittling away, and you're marching the ball down the field. Really good decisions by the QB.
A strike downfield. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Looking downfield on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
So now it's 2nd and long. Trying play action. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Touchdown, Wildcats! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Sometimes it's players, not plays, or sometimes it's both. And when you got that guy and you put him in the slot and you let him burn for a go route right past a nickel corner or one of the reserve corners or a safety, that's a great job by the offense, and that speed you can't teach, and that's why he's in the house for 6.
Lining up to add another.
Kicker on for the extra point.
The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed the deal from 43 yards out with a touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least... And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
The Boilermakers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got it in the middle, it's Moore. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapping around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally, and you got to be in the right place at the right time.
Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense does that.
Touchdown, Northwestern! And they take it in for 6 more points. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
They'll try to add another to their lead.
For the extra point.
And the extra point makes it 28-0. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right here.
Yeah, just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing. Every possession is going to be important from here on in.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. Makes the grab. It's McCoby. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Now, on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you've set yourself up in a tough position here on 3rd.
You make up the game plan, and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
The Northwestern offense returns to the field. It's hard enough to stop these guys, let alone when they get field position like this. They scored last time, and this time, they'll crank it up from inside the red zone. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
Brings up 2nd down.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really good job by the defense seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Off play action. He's got it and still on his feet. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Northwestern.
Guys, we've come to the end of the period, and Northwestern has the lead here. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the 3rd quarter stats will show you. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. He'll ride his man on the option. And not even a chance to pitch it as he is slammed down in the backfield.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Let's it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Northwestern! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic.
Extra point.
And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Quarterback on the keeper. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And how about the aggressiveness of this defense? I love this. Don't let him get to the sideline. Kept the ball in the middle of the field, went after the quarterback right away like some missiles, and got him on the ground.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Picked off. What a play to set him up. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
And I love this defense understanding situational football. You got the lead in the 4th quarter, getting your nickel packages. You know the pass is coming, and the execution was great.
Yeah, they thrive on takeaways, and they love to get into games late with the lead because one of the strengths of their entire team is their secondary, and you saw it there. In nickel, they're able to come away with the pick, and it's looking like they're going to be able to seal this game.
The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. Defense holds their ground, pickup of a yard. It's at the 26.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
He'll take a shot. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats!
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. The play will stand. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. From the gun, the running back has it. He's past the 30. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, continue to feed your dude.
Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Snags it over the middle. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Yeah, and what a nice job seeing it, reacting, and throwing. When you run these RPOs, you want to read the defense really quickly. Is he playing run? Okay, boom. I'm going to throw the slant right behind him. Nice job by the QB.
The Boilermakers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Sometimes the ball just bounces your way, and the offense very lucky to keep possession on that one.
It's so hard to force fumbles, and when you do, you so badly want to get them. You're crawling, you're doing whatever you can to get there as a defender, but the offense fortunate enough to cover it back up.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop them right here. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Motion from the wide receiver. They want that clock to run. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
They'll give it to the back. Nice move to pick up yardage. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
The Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Here's the return. They bring him down strong. Effort by the coverage team, and that's how they'll put a period on this one.